What's up? What's up? What's up? All my beautiful people, how are you guys doing today? FOMC is in the books. Wow, what a day, right? We did score some puts, made some money today. Very happy with the trade. Wanted to put on a longer term trade, but it kind of left me, and it is what it is. No big deal. I made money today. Let's not, let's not be one of those. Oh, if I'd have did this, if I'd have did that. Um, so I'm gonna get into a lesson about that because as I'm watching these options, and this is why you want to get into options that are pretty close. So I'm gonna give you guys a lesson tonight on that. Um, Not sure if you guys have sat and actually watched options, like which ones you're wanting to get in, or having a game plan prior to entering them. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm Justin. This is the Ivy League live stream. Thank you guys for joining us. If you could throw your questions in the chat, there are so many people around this world that are trying to learn how to do this, right? People may start losing their jobs in the coming 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, maybe. I don't know. But I do expect the labor market to tighten. So let's help provide a skill. Let's provide a place where individuals from all over the globe can come, get an education, come up with a game plan, go over charts, all for free, free 99. So if you can respect that we don't charge anyone a dime here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. So we got FOMC minutes. I have a couple things that I want to get into with you guys tonight. Greatly appreciate you guys hitting that like button. Damn right. I'm doing really good today. I'm excited. Tomorrow I still think we have a big day. Volatility is here, and I think volatility is here to stay. So we need to capture it, take full advantage of volatility while it's here. All right. I think it's really important. We start getting, if we get another second leg to a bear market, you're going to start seeing people lose money. You're going to start seeing liquidity getting drained because they don't know how to trade it. You know how many people got blown up last year? Right? They could, because they don't understand how to trade it, right? They don't understand that when the VIX is up at $20-$30, they're paying X amount of dollars for puts or calls or whatever, right? And it moves and it doesn't really pay, right? So, and they can't take the volatility, and then it's just like they buy dailies and do all the wrong things that they shouldn't do. If you're buying dailies, even weeklies, you gotta have an idea of what it is that you're doing. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of smart people. The market is a place where I can come to take your money. The market is a place for you to go to try and take mine. That's why there's a bell, right? It's all a fight. So if you guys have questions, let's throw them in the chats. I'm going to go through some thoughts. I'm going to bring up a couple charts. I'm going to bring up the dot plot. CNBC did a really cool thing earlier where they had shown where the Fed's target, was in 2020. Now, I don't have that on me, and I could bring it up. I could get it. Come on, let's go here. Let me make sure you guys can see it. All right, you guys can. We're good. Do you know that their dot plot was pretty much down in this area around the threes for where we are right now at 2023, 2024? Look at this, from 3 to damn near 6. That's like 100% difference. So picture this dot plot, right? For year end. Picture it right down, like right here at like 3.5, 3.25. This was their 2020 plan where they had thought. So you guys, the point about that is that just because you have a Harvard degree, just because you don't have a Harvard degree, just because you're not an economist, right? Things happen that are unforeseen that the economists the economists aren't going to get it right. And what does that do? That causes volatility, because if the economists aren't getting it right, the market does not know what to price in. So you get a lot of whipsawing activity like we got last year. So my goal here and in this video is to first, we're going to go over some charts. We're going to get some levels for tomorrow and going into Friday. But to learn how to trade this market if we're starting to get downside. Understanding where it is that we want to be short. Where is it that we want to look to be long? All right. Higher for longer is this chart, guys. Right? Higher for longer. They are not planning on cutting until next year sometime. That doesn't mean things can't change. They have all this here. What happens if they cut here and they start having to raise this longer term 2026 because the unemployment numbers start ticking up, like just people start defaulting, things just start to blow up out of nowhere and they have to cut rates, right? This whole dot plot will change. It won't look like this. It'll actually be inverted again. We'll go back to an inverted dot plot or yield curve, whatever you want to call it. So today I took some puts today on the S&Ps. So if you don't know, just as an educational thing, each dot represents each Fed member's vote and where they think rates are going to be, right? Each dot is a Fed member. It should be 12, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like 20, 18, 19. I forget what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right. So this is what we got today. We have the summary of economic projections. The next time we'll get that will be year end. They did not raise rates. They did not raise. So let's go into some charts. And again, what's up, Collins? How you doing, buddy? Did you do all right today? I didn't really see you in chat today at all. I was wondering about you. Hopefully everything's okay. So what was I going to get into? Let's go into the SPY. Let's just start it right off. We're going to go right into some charts. If you guys could and you guys have tickers, throw them in the chat. The more the merrier. If you have questions, I'm here to help you with it. So if we expect this market to start selling off, which I do, but I don't. I have this 100-day mark. I have this 100-day as my the 100-day moving average, which is this blue line here. I have that as the area I'm looking for us to get to, right around this area here, right? Because as the market pulls back, that 100-day, it's going to take a while. Now the 100-day is a longer dated moving average, so it takes into account more days. It takes into account 100 closing days, and it will plot it where it is for each closing day, each opening day for the prior day's close. So that's good. It moves slower, right? That's a slower moving average. Now this green line here, right? This green line, as you can see, the SPY likes to hang out with it. That is the 20-day moving average. This yellow line is the 90 EMA, and of course, the 50-day is red. Like, why wouldn't it be red, right? If your 50-day isn't red, you must not know. No, I'm just playing. But again, guys, if you could, we're trying to get to 500 likes. I got a lot of educational things here. We're going to dive deep into how do we get ourselves positioned. So please hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I hate to have to say it, but I'm going to keep saying it. We get to 1,000 subscribers, you will not hear me say that anymore. I promise. So, the S&Ps today, it wasn't that big of a day. If you want me to be honest, okay. Looking at the daily chart, maybe it was, right? Maybe it was a decent day. I want to say I've already plotted this out this morning, and it should be, yeah, it's about 1.3%. But so let's go to like a 3-minute chart, right? Or a 5-minute, whichever. It really did start to break. I fell asleep here at the end of the day. I was hoping to get a bounce back. I never really quite got the bounce back that I was looking for. Just that 9 EMA, which is a lesson in of itself, just continued to act as resistance, as it should, right? When you get momentum, you need to have moving averages to show you clear momentum. And what do you have here? Look at this. Every single time it gets to that 9 EMA, what happens? They sell. So picture in your mind what's going on here. There are algorithms literally sitting here with orders to sell. As it goes down and it starts to pop up, they literally are putting their orders at the 9 EMA, at it, around it, above it, below it. You know what I'm getting at. If you don't do this, you are at a disadvantage. You need to start implementing this. Where do I get long? Where do I get short? Well, if now this will not, as you can see during the day, this is a trend indicator, right? This is for a trending, a momentum, you know, relative strength, relative weakness. It has got a clear direction up or down. That's the only time the 9 EMA works. You get a sideways market, it's not you're not going to do yourself any justice. You're not going to do yourself any good trying to put orders there and using it. This is not to use it. Now maybe this would be you could use VWAP. Now what I'm referring to is the sideways action. It looks sideways, but really we're putting in higher lows here, right? Putting in higher or lower highs. But when you have a stock that has news, when you have a stock that has an upgrade, a downgrade, or a fundamental change in their product or anything, and you get relative, you get the R-vol that you're looking for, the relative volume, right? You want to start using the 9 EMA as a place to enter and exit trades. Look at this. This is what the 9 EMA is for, baby. Right there. Right there. Momentum. So today, I took puts right up off the bounce up to VWAP. So I have actually, which I don't have, I do have, you can just go right to my YouTube channel. I literally called out the minute that this is why I did not get short right here. I literally said, I was talking to a member in chat, and literally right after I said it, I said, I'm not getting short yet. I feel like we're going to get a test of VWAP. What did this candle do? Literally right after I said it. How did I know that? Well, one, I didn't know it, but I felt the probability was great because of level 2 time and sales. So you're going to get one last shakeout, one last attempt to get back into this blue box, which is the high and low of the day, the median range of the day. And it got right back up to VWAP and rejected, and that's where we entered puts. Literally, we entered puts right here. Right there. It was right here. I apologize because it did rip up, and we just gave it a minute. Because it's hanging in the box, you dipped out, and that was it, right? We're still putting in what? You're putting in lower highs. Right, the trend is still clearly to the downside. So this is where we got it, and we didn't need much. Oh, trend line, yeah. I was out of these puts down here. I should have held them, and I said going into the day that I wanted to hold them to take it into tomorrow and get a gap fill, or not a gap fill. I'm sorry, but a gap down. Well, as I'm watching these options, right? So I got rid of all my positions. I had a great day, right? My job is to not try to call the bottom. You don't know what Powell's going to say. You don't know what question's going to be asked to flip this market around, right? So what I did was I only had like 3-4 contracts left. I took them off, right? I took the bulk off when I got that momentum. But what I noticed was when the contracts that I had that were for Friday, they were, I want to say, the 437s, which we damn near got there at the close. Do you know when we made this new low here, they were cheaper than where I took profits? Do you know when it got here and it made another new low? It was barely, it was 10, 20 cents from where I took profits on my last ones. So understanding that just because you think that the stock is going to go down, you have to understand theta, right? You really got to understand it. And if you're new, it's okay. But what you have here is premium sellers pricing in the unknown, right? The Fed has just came out and pretty much higher for longer, right? Higher for longer. They've raised the year-end target. They didn't raise the year-end target. It stayed the same. Guys, and as soon as it came out, right here, if you were with us in chat, I said, guys, 2024 has been raised. Higher for longer. That's not good. That's when we got this candle. I knew right from there that I said, this is going to be we're looking for the downside price action. Thankfully, one of the members was able to get saved because he almost grabbed calls. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 bro. You got to know what you're doing here. So what did I do? What I had was the last summary of economic projections up, and I took notice. This is from June 14th, 2023. I had this up. This 4.6 went to 5 for 2024. Higher for longer. All this got raised. They didn't raise the year-end target, which is right here at 2023, 5.1, 5.6 Fed funds rate. But 2024 got raised, right? That the back half, the next couple, the longer end got raised, right? There's enough liquidity. The labor market's still tight. They don't see a reason to have to cut rates just yet. Inflation's not under control. The labor market is still tight. They have to prolong the higher for longer. So it's going to take some time if something is going to happen. If you're just joining us, thank you guys. If you guys could hit that like button, throw your tickers and stuff in chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some charts. That's the basic principle of what happened today. Higher for longer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in. We're going to see what stocks we should be looking to get short. Obviously, with rates going up, you want to be short technology stocks. Growth stocks. Okay. I want to look at the 20-year real quick. Okay. 10-year US 10. I feel like it's just the shorter end of the bond yeah, see the 10 and then the 30. Probably not too much. Probably right around highs. Right. All right. So, let's go into it. So let's go to a 15-minute chart. What am I expecting? We'll go to a daily chart. So again, this blue line here is the 50-day moving average. Right here, or is your 100-day moving average. I want to see tomorrow if we can get some type of a bounce and start turning this area 440 into resistance. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Really, the support level, which we've played around with 443 long enough, it's really that area. But I don't think we're getting back up there. I really don't. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I just had a message real quick. So what I'm going to look for on the S&Ps, again, is I want to look for a bounce back if I think we're going to get short. But I want you guys to see something, right? I want you guys to start being able, because this is the lesson, right? I want you guys to start painting the picture. You have to go to the daily chart. You got to go to the weekly chart. Could you go to a monthly? Yes, but I think the monthly might be too much. What I want to see for the S&Ps to get this market down, and it doesn't have to do this, right? But I want to start to see a bounce on the weekly chart. I want to start to see a bounce. Why do I want to start to see a bounce? Well, you have your MACD crossover right here, right? If you can't see it, right, you can see it there. See how it's that blue line is crossing down below? It's a bit of divergence. So what we have here is a lower high on the RSI. Now this is a weekly chart of the SPY. What I want to see would be to get this thing to possibly bounce a little bit, make another lower high if we're going to roll it over. Okay, and it's not just going to go straight down, it'll bounce, right? I want to start seeing it trending down. I want to start seeing it trending in that direction. So in order for me to get that, what do I need? I'm going to need the daily to bounce. Well, if I need the daily to bounce to tell me that I'm actually going to get this, what I'm showing you right now is to see if, hey, can we get a higher low in on this RSI? Well, let's go to the daily chart. Well, the daily chart can't be overbought, because then, no, we're going down. Well, guess what? And we've said this, look, we are oversold. So this thesis wraps into my mindset of getting the SPY to bounce. I'm still looking for a bounce, right, to come back up to this area right here, right? I want to get the SPY back up here. I wanted to put in a longer term higher low if we're going to go to the downside. If we're going to go to the downside. What would this also do? This daily chart bouncing would also get that weekly chart to go up and to possibly put in its higher low to start that longer term downtrend if we're going to get it. Look at the MACD. The MACD is actually as well, what's it doing? It's trying to put in a higher low. We don't know yet because we don't know how far we're going to go down. But it's up here, right? Look where the market is. Let me bring this down, and I'll bring it over for you. If you haven't been taught how to read this stuff, guys, this is why you should join. This is why you should hit that like button. This is this type of stuff that we want to help you guys out, so you guys know where it is that you guys should be entering, like understanding the actual movement and direction of the markets. It's important. It's so important. It's gonna separate you from the rest. It's gonna separate you from being a loser to a winner. Right? So I want to see if this, maybe even if we get to the 100-day and the MACD starts to curl itself up like right here, right? Like right here in this area. Then we can start looking for that bounce. If we're going to get a bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to get a bounce, but this is what I'm looking for. I do know the probability that we get a bounce off the 100-day moving average, if we get there, is pretty high because we're oversold. We're oversold. We really are. I mean, how much lower do we go? 37? Maybe. But I feel like this thing's going to start topping itself out down here at like this area here. I do. I think this is about where it has. And that's going to line us up. You know, it's going to put us... It would be even better if we broke this low right here on the SPY. If we broke 433.50. If we broke that and this RSI puts in a higher low. Oh my gosh, I'm taking everything I have to go long. With a lot of time, because you got to remember, options, it's all about timing. Because if you would have got the options I had that were for Friday, understanding that volatility is, you know, being priced in, so those option contracts have additional premium baked into them, and when you get a big move, it doesn't pay you that much because it's already been paid. You should have got it yesterday when there wasn't volatility, or 2 days ago. You could have got them a lot cheaper. But then again, you got to worry about theta and time decay, right? Get them before the volatility really picks up. I said yesterday I was looking for a bounce, and we reversed that whole move. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. So let's get into it. What do we want to look for? I was watching AMD today. All right. In the morning, we said, hey, AMD. AMD was on our watch list. We had a couple things on our watch list. So here's the SPY. Let's go to the Qs. Let me actually bring up like a let's look at the technical levels, right? So, and as we go, you're going to see this 4 hour. You see how oversold it is, right? If you can't see it, right? See how it's oversold? And then let's go to like from a 4 hour to a 30-minute, right? Oversold. Everything's going to be oversold. But as you get down to a 5 minute, 2 and a 1 minute, it starts rising, right? It starts rising. So you can say in a shorter term, you're going to look for that downside. But in the longer term, you're really looking for upside. That's the other part to this that nobody talks about. It's the different time frames and how the indicators can tell you what is about to happen next, or the probability of something happening, because you can't rule out the fact that you could get news out of the blue. Let's go into the stocks, guys. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. It's an honor. I want to work with you guys and help you guys become great traders. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've been through quite a few market cycles. There's one other person that I really look up to that I think is the best trader that I've ever met. I haven't even really met them, but they are the best trader that I've ever to witness. And no, it's not any of these little groups that come out here every day and try to sales pitch you stuff. They actually blow. So there's just that factor that separates them from the rest. Understanding, just time in the game, right? Doing it for 30 years, working for a major financial institution, right? And time, 30 years, just being good at your craft. All right, so I'm gonna pull up a 4 hour chart because I need a little time here. So for the S&Ps, we should have some labor data tomorrow, as we always do on Thursdays, right? Let's refresh this. I'm gonna make this pretty quick. Initial jobless claims. All right, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing. And I don't think we have much. You have a lot of housing data, but I don't think we really have anything for Friday. I don't think, at least. Well, we have S&P global manufacturing. You have Fed. Okay, so yeah, initial jobless claims. That's going to be important, guys, because the initial jobless claims have been coming in a little hot. It looked good there for a little bit, then it just came right back down to new lows. As you can see, right now we're starting to get a bounce. I'm looking to get to this area and see if we can get a bounce back. What I'm going to look for on the S&Ps is to see what it is that we do here. I want to see if we reject 440.50. That's where I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching 440.50 to see if we can get that bounce back to enter another short, which I don't want to be short longer term. We know the daily is oversold. We're actually wanting to look for a longer term bounce. And why also would we do that? Because if the market is able to get a bounce, right? And if you're thinking about the downside, well, if you get up here, what is that? That's a lower high. I was really surprised. I'm going to be honest. I was really surprised that the market sold off like it did today because of the debt ceiling that's around the corner. I felt like that was a little bit more important. I did. I thought this debt ceiling that's coming up was a bit more important than Powell and their interest rate hikes, because we already know. This is something that the market doesn't know. No, we know. We kind of already know what's going on with the Fed. So I'm going to be looking to see if we can find a bounce down here in this area. If I have to go further back, let's go into the cues because I told you guys where I went. I'm looking for this 100-day, right? This area right there, 437, right? I'm going to give us a line right now, 437. Not sure where it was. Um, I don't understand what I just did. Sorry guys, I literally just had the area. And we're still putting in higher lows, so I would look for a bounce here. You have a pivot low here. Four 36.50. It's a nice little area there. I'm not going to sit here and play with it. Let's go to the cues. Um, this is where you're going to want to look to see if things start getting bad. And just because we get oversold doesn't mean you can't continue to be oversold and continue to be oversold and continue. Like, it can still go down. Um, but it just, because again, on the weekly, it's really high. We're overbought. This looks like the area to me. This is your last standing. This is like it, right? Where, well, we did just crack it. Shit. It's also looking to take a stab at the 100-day. It's a bounce, bounce. Yeah, that's weird. Let me see here. The Qs, I'm going to look for a bounce back up to this area for sure, though. For sure, give me a bounce back. I would love that. I want to see 366.88. 85, I mean. Get a bounce back into there. So let's go to AMD real quick. We'll go get some levels. I'm looking for a bounce back tomorrow, guys. I really am. AMD. So what I'm going to look for are stocks that are overbought and oversold. Because if we look at Google, Google has been overbought, guys. And look what Google did today. Google was probably the biggest move of the day. Look how overbought it was. It was up here around 65, 70. It's been hanging out up here, right? It's been hanging out up here. It looks like it just put in its lower high from back here. And if we pull this up on a chart, look at that move from Google today, guys. Right out the gate, it was done. Right out the gate. So we're going to put that, for the most part, on the weak side of things. Now, AMD and NVIDIA have been holding up pretty well. They just have not been selling off. So, and for that reason, I want to start seeing if this is a double bottom here that we can get a long off of here. Just to see if we can start to trend and maybe get up to like 107.50, right? Maybe put in a higher low. Start bringing this 50-day down. Okay. It did not, it barely cracked yesterday's low. What is that, Tuesday? Wednesday? No, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hold on. Shit, I knew it was going to do that. It's all good. It's all good. We have a clear, almost double bottom here too, guys. And look at your RSI and MACD, how this new low that's coming in, they're a bit higher. Heavy resistance area up here at 103. 340. So again, AMD I'm going to be watching because you have a really nice area up here that has been support and resistance. It's slowly just, it's putting in lower highs. So what does it need to do? it needs to put in a lower high if that trend is going to continue. If that trend is going to continue, then we should see AMD. Let me see here. Again, this could just be a bounce. We could start to get the reversal. I would love to hit this reversal on AMD, guys. I would love to hit it. Love to hit it. This is a major area up here at 107.50, which I still think we could get to. But I will be looking for, let's see, support, 105.50-ish. So 1 hour chart. Right, we're going to find out where our pivot low and pivot highs are. That's what we're going to do. And that's where we're going to say, all right, we got through this level. Where's the next one? Right? This is the first level. Right? You have earlier in the week this area right here. This low. You have a previous pivot low right here. Right? There's a low. I could go to a 5-minute to see what it looks like, and I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on here, but there's the low, 99.45. We're going to color this. We're actually going to make it this color. Alright, so that's like your, you know, so it's about 40 cents there in that whole area. No, what's going on? Alright. If we break down out of this, I'll look for the break and retest of the low of 94.45. If we do not, you have a flat top resistance up here. This is your range. Right? This is a clear range that you have here at 100 to 103. Right? 1, 2, 3. You broke through it 4. But it pulled back. Might be 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breaks out. See, that's 4 up and out, and I always say that, and then that failed for some reason. So if we are able to get through this resistance, where is support? You have some minor support. Right there, 105. 105. Alright. So we'll look for 105. We're going to just look to get back to the top of the range on AMD, and we'll worry about the rest later on. Let's go to NVIDIA. There was another new IPO today. It just sold off all day. I didn't really look at it. If you guys have questions, if you guys could, do me a solid one and just hit that like button for me. It would help the stream out. We do this stuff free 99. Free 99, and we trade live right here. Ivy League Trading, YouTube.com, 7:30 to 4. We cover the news in the morning. You know, we get our game plan together. Where do we want to be long? Where do we want to be short? Where's the volume? Like, what's going on? All right. You can ask questions. I know if you guys have a question, there's someone else out there that's wondering the same thing. So let's go on to NVIDIA real quick. I should have made myself a coffee. NVIDIA is another one that's been holding up okay. It does have a decent gap below this 50. It's also oversold, right? It's oversold. She's due for a bounce. 100-day incoming, right? 100-day blue line, red line is the 50-day if you don't know this. I want to see if we can get a bounce back up to 440.50. I'm still, you know, we did just break it, pivoted back up, and then we pulled off of it. So that also is not a good sign. That's not a good sign. I mean, even this weekly chart, it's a bit stretched, but, you know, my thoughts on this is maybe we get a little more downside on the weekly, and then it tries to put in that higher low. It's going to have to come to a point where it can't just stay oversold, or you're not going to bring new buyers in, right? As long as it can consolidate, even if we come back down to 406, low 400s, and hold, it's going to bring that relative strength, that RSI down. It's going to bring your MACD down, and it's going to bring in buyers, especially if you get to it and just hold it. and hold it, and it's not breaking. Okay, you know, Nvidia is king right now. I'm not buying it here. I've been in Nvidia years ago. Thankfully, thankfully. Um, so technology is going to take a hit. The thing is we're already oversold. We came into this meeting pretty much already oversold, other than like Amazon and Google and a couple others that we're going to get to. Um, so let's see if we have a double bottom. Same thing with AMD. Right? Same thing with AMD. You can probably sense that if it's trying to start getting a bounce now, maybe it isn't. But I will be looking. There's your divergence, right? There's your divergence. You're putting in a new low, and your RSI and MACD are a bit higher. At least I thought they were. Take that back. I take that back. I take it back. It was the SPY that was doing that. I didn't look for Nvidia. This isn't good, guys. This is not good for Nvidia. This chart looks absolutely horrendous. I'm going to be honest. You got to wait to find out where the support is. If we can find support here, and this is in fact, well, there it is. There's your, right there. There's your somewhat of a higher low. If this is going to be the double bottom, then we can obviously look for, bounce back up to this previous support level up at 435. But we got to wait. We got to see where it's going to go to. I don't like this chart. This chart's absolutely ugly. It really is. You can try and step in and buy here, or wait and see if you get an ink. Wait to see if your time in sales in level 2, if the tape starts speeding up when you get there to the buy side. That's always an option. Throw out some tickers for me, guys, if you guys have any. Here's Amazon. Amazon's right there in the middle. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback on this also. These charts are just getting ugly. They really are. They're not looking good. I want to see if we start bouncing, if we can start rolling this over, and we just do like we did, when was it, the 40s or the 60s, where we just rolled it over into the next bear market. It was the 70s, actually, I think. I think it was the 70s. Amazon's been a nice trade if you've been on it. If you've been on Amazon, there you go. Look for a bounce back here. 137. Bounce it back to 137. You may get that opportunity at like 134. That'd be a $2 move to the upside. Turn that previous support into resistance up at 137. Support, resistance. Breaks up, can't hold it. Breaks back up, support. All right, support. Breaks it. Turn it into resistance. Turn it into resistance. So that's Amazon. We can look at Google. Google had a horrible day today. It's a stock that's overbought. Keep these on your list, right? Know what's oversold. Know what's, overbought. It's important. So here's our 50-day. Let's put that there. Well, you know what I'd like to do? I want to short this bounce. I want to get short at 136. What else do we have there? You have a 20-day moving average. Right here. This green line is your 20-day moving average. I want to see us get a bounce. If the market tries to bounce tomorrow, I'd like to get short at 136.08. But I think we may be able to get back up to 137.50 to get that lower high put in if we're going to get downside on Google. From what I've seen, I don't think there's like really any like major news, but this level here at 137 is definitely key. 137.50. So yeah, that's that. We gave out JP Morgan earlier in the week. This thing's just been going. Right, we gave it back here. Boom. So I got my pullback yesterday and I just forgot about it. Bank of America actually has a really cool pattern. It has a nice bullish pattern taking place. Um, and we'll back it up with like, look at this, right? This could be a really nice reverse head and shoulders. If Bank of America can hold, let's look at, let's go in depth. It's over. Um, Come on. Bank of America sucks. It just hasn't gone anywhere in quite some time. I want to start looking for Bank of America to get a bounce. Bank of America is going to be on my list. GLD had a really nice day today as well. If you guys didn't know that, it actually got taken back, hit the 100-day and pulled itself back. Right, that's another rejection off the 100-day moving average. So yeah, that's that. It's actually sold off pretty badly there at the end. Um, I forget what silver is. Damn it. PHSY. Oh well, I'll have to look it up another day. Boeing's been getting torched if you don't know. If you're late to that party, okay? So we could look at Delta Airlines or American Airlines. Smoked also. The airlines have been getting smoked. They were up a good amount this year, guys. Right? 12 to 24. That's almost 100%. It's clearly way oversold. It's not good. These energy prices are killing them. Hopefully, the energy prices can pull back and help these things out. Um, I want to see. Looked like it did. Looks like he was trying to help him out. If I'm looking at this at the tuner, he's like, "Hey, bro, can I borrow some money?" He gives him the money, he buys it, and it goes up, and he doesn't take profits, and it's coming down. I don't know. It's weird. I know. I know. I'm a weirdo. Um, let's look at this. Um, oh, Disney is another one. Oh, look at Home Depot, guys. Look at Home Depot. This is a really nice chart. That's a really nice chart, guys. Look at that. Um, this is why we need to do this, right? Sorry I didn't start it earlier. Um, I mean, Home Depot may have 302. We might still be able to get some more downside on it. Let's see here. Let me look at the daily because I think this thing has just kind of gotten beaten up. Um, yeah, it's a bit oversold. Maybe we look for that bounce back. All right, let's see. That's a Head and Shoulders if I've ever seen one. Um, what else you guys got for us? Um, Apple, Microsoft. Apple had everything's just gotten beat up. Apple's actually everything's oversold. So what you want to look for is just stocks um, that have room to the downside. I think now's the time to take Apple to 170. I do. I truly do. I think now could be the time. I think now could be the time. Microsoft. What else? What are some other names that we could look at? Um, Remember to start taking things in stages. Here's Microsoft. Wow. Wow. Mm. It's not good. I was just thinking something with Microsoft and stuff. All right. Did you guys know cruise lines are up 100% on the year? They finally just broke the 100-day. We might be able to get a good short going in here. You want to limit order in these if, you know, that way you don't get screwed on a fill. Um, what else do we have? That's about all I have, guys. If you guys would join us in the morning and we'll go over the pre-market game plan, what it is that we're watching. We'll go off of the labor report tomorrow. Um, unless you guys have ideas or tickers, throw them in the chat. I'll go over them real quick. I went through NVIDIA, AMD. Let's look. Maybe I'm missing something. I know I'm missing a few. Um, you know what? We could look at. I didn't look at XLE. I didn't look at XLE. And XLE is turning around. We said it last week that we thought energy was going to turn around. It's doing it. I think this is the short. I don't want to step in front of it, but I would like to step. Look, that could be a nice break and retest also. So watch out, because it is falling pretty quick. And I don't just judge my trades just off the RSI, but damn, I should have fucking taken. I should have taken this position because we called it out back here at this double bottom that we thought energy was going higher. We called out rig. We called out all of them. All the good ones. Just the good ones. I'm just playing, guys. Guys, I'm just joking. I'm tired. That's what I was thinking about with Microsoft and stuff. Let's look at CRM. I haven't looked at CRM in quite some time. That's a fun stock to trade at times. It can be. I haven't heard anybody talk about Palantir either. So it's right at its 100-day. It's look at that. Boom. Let's see what happens with CRM. I wrote that down. Oh shit, we didn't do Tesla. Why do I always forget Tesla? Why do I always forget it? I'm loving Tesla. I've been actually watching this thing for a while. I've been watching this thing for a little bit. I got my eye on it. Oh, this was one of the things that we were looking at. What's up, Bingo? I'm actually getting ready to get off here, buddy. This was the line I drew during the day, and it ended up it recovered, and I thought I was good. So this pink line was where I said I wanted to get long Tesla. It did this, and then like we were looking at the Fed meeting, and then bang. I don't know what the news was. I know there was something out. It just went. I'm like, oh gosh, I missed it. I missed that trade. But this line here was my expectation of the movement. Right, this was the movement that I was looking for. How did your day go today, buddy? Meta, that's the other one too. Awesome. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. I forgot about it. Again, I'm tired. I'm going to be sleeping good tonight, guys. I'm telling you. I didn't sleep at all really last night at all. Been up. I fell asleep on the stream, at like 3:50, like 3:45 or so, the last 10 minutes of the stream. Meta, thank you for that, man. Yeah, I'm going to get off here. I want to see if we get a pullback into Tesla and get short at 263 if the markets continue to the downside. If they don't, we don't want to. Tesla's been a stronger name. Tesla's been a stronger name, as you can see what it did today. Maybe the markets do turn around, and that gives us a perfect break and retest of this area, right? Of that 260 area. That's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to see if I can get long off of 260 if the markets turn themselves around. Maybe tomorrow we get the labor report that's a bit higher, and the markets like that. That'll take back a lot of what the Fed did today. Then we still have the debt ceiling looming. Yeah, it's all good, man. I got you. Um, Clear resistance level on that low. Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Tesla and Meta. I like it. I'm looking for downside on Meta as well, man. I forgot about that. It's been trying so hard to hold and get above that 50 day, but and every time, look, rejection. Gets up, rejection. Gets up, rejection. Up, rejection. You know what I mean? So gets up, rejection. So I'm with you there, bro. Yeah, I'm with you. I think I had like a 30, 40, 50% gain today on those puts. We killed those entries. I did. I got a great fill on those entries on those puts on the SPY. Um, awesome, man. Thank you. I'm gonna get out of here and go get some rest, and I'll be on here early, bright and early. Um, so I was trading the SPY. I traded the SPY today. I traded that reversal rate to VWAP. Chris was on here with me, and as soon as I said it, um, I was watching the 1 minute, and I just had this. I was watching time and sales, and with with level two, and I'm like, I wanted to get like, I'm like the short like up here, and I'm like, or right here, and I'm like, not yet, not yet. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna flip. We're gonna go right back to VWAP. I promise. Like it's not like I knew we were. The probability though set up, and then I swear to you, as soon as you know how it is, man. As soon as I said it, like I felt it. I'm like, here it is, and then boom, it just ripped. So we took our entries right here, and we called it out early that I had the I brought what you call it up the you got to look. You got to bring up the last meeting and see what's changed. And I noticed that 2024 had gotten raised higher for longer, and that's when that candle came in. But we got our entries, swear, like right there on that entry. That was the final lower high, and I got out of these like right down here, like right on this extension of this last candle. But this here is where I got the majority of them out. And what's funny is here they were cheaper than where I sold them. Here, a new low, cheaper than where I sold them. Because it didn't, you see how quick it just went from, you know what I mean, from here, and then it chops around. It eats the premium up. That's why I try to tell people to take profits, like really understand what it is that you're doing with options. And I'm sitting there watching the options the whole time, and I'm like, well, I'm not mad now because I'm watching the stock make new lows, but the options are only 10 cents more. I literally, so I was like, that's cool. I was upset that they were, like, because people that were holding these options that were for Friday were not getting paid. They weren't getting paid. The price got cooked. I nailed the entry on these. Literally from here to here, this move was like the whole option premium. Literally. So I didn't feel bad at all. And so but that's all I got, guys. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Uh, Watch futures if you guys want, but just come join us in the morning and hit that like button for me if you could. It is greatly appreciated. Bingo, you have a great night, my guy. Appreciate everything, bro. Labor numbers tomorrow, so let's get some good sleep and get ready to kick some ass tomorrow. I love you guys. I'll see you guys. Have a great night. I'll see you in the morning.